Oh, Jason's
going to spin it and spin Wortley with him.
Third.
Trouble Jack is around. Got through by Mr. B. Hands in it. Big crash. Hunter's upside down again. They're packing. They're stacking. Trouble. Oh, they got to bend it. He bend it. They both bend it. Dead even. Oh, Austin locked it up.
He's locking up.
He overcooked it. He's in the wall. He's in the wall. Davey Hazard takes the lead. The Online Racing Network proudly presents NACOS. 3 races left on the schedule, and there's still a long way to go until we crown a champion. Tommy Bordeaux comes in with a 61-point lead over Davey Hazard, but guess what? For like the 4th week in a row, he's not here. So the gap for competition now falls down to 4th place. 3rd place, Tyler Allen not here as well. It's Benjamin Easterday, last year's champion, who sits in 4th place, 121 points behind Tommy. Easterday gained some ground on Tommy last week since Tommy failed to finish. He finished last at iCar last week after his engine blew up early on. Can Ben keep the momentum going and continue to climb his way to the top? Or will Tommy be able to help solidify himself as the championship favorite here tonight? Here's a hint. He's awfully fast here. We get to find out in just a couple of moments as we're here from Barrie Speedway for the TWB 180 right here on ORN. So, Jacob Hitz, Trace Ryder here with you for the call of tonight's race. And Trace, if you took Phoenix and Nazareth, combined them, and then the Stork dropped whatever was left in the middle of Canada, you'd get this racetrack for the most part, right?
Yeah, that's a great description, actually. It's like they took Phoenix, Nazareth, but they took the worst parts of both those tracks, shrank it down to a third of a mile, and this is what we got.
Yeah.
Wild track this week.
I just watched David Alvarez murder a whole bunch of not real fans. All right. Yeah, this racetrack's something. Let's just pull up your track facts a while here. There's not really a whole lot to talk about.
4 turns. There's a kink going into turn 3 that you'll see some drivers probably talk about today. It's a third of a mile. Pit speed's 35, and fuel mileage is plenty to get us to the end. Boy, do I hope.
180 laps on the schedule for tonight's race. We'll have to wait and see. Next week, we're at DuQuoin, so we go dirt racing for the penultimate race on the year, and then we go to Slinger. We'll have info on what happens with the Slinger broadcast eventually next week.
I'm going to do a Trace takeover. We don't know.
We'll figure something out. Well, something will happen, and you'll know about it. All I know is that the likelihood of me being in this chair where I am right now with a microphone in front of me is slim to none for Slinger, and you can thank the coronavirus for that and causing college to start a week early and crap. Meanwhile, under a minute left here in happy hour. We've got 11 drivers here ready to go. Roger Ray, the fastest man right now in happy hour, but Tommy has been the fastest man by a lot through practice and qualifying. And Sam Susarski's power is finally back on.
Less than a minute before we race.
They were waiting for NACOS to start.
Yep.
I mean, where is? I figure I should look in points. This was probably Huang manipulating his power, since Huang's in front of him in points. He's only made 3 starts this season. Mech's been here for all but now 2 of them, and he's only 12 points back. So it's a shame for him, but we should see him next week at DuQuoin. The reason his power's out, of course, is because of the tropical storm. Damn Isaias, or however it is actually pronounced.
I don't actually know. I've just been calling it Isis because that's what it looks like.
I thought it was Isaias. I don't know.
I couldn't even begin to tell you what the storm is called.
I was just hoping that this storm would be bad enough so they would retire the name and we didn't have to worry about pronouncing it in another, 6 years or however long the rotation is. But I'm not sure that's going to happen. Meanwhile,
11 drivers here today.
Yeah.
That's it. One of our smaller fields. Smaller field, small track.
Yeah, I think this is close to being one of the smallest fields that we've had all season long. 180 laps. I'm hoping we don't have a ton of yellows, but
I'm gonna speed through the starting order real quick.
yeah, I've met these guys, and I'm not gonna hold my breath on that. Go ahead.
Starting on the poles, Tommy Bordeaux in the 57, currently leading the points. Nathan Chiani outside of him, the ringer considered for the race today. Out behind them in third, Austin Delgado. Then it is Ben Crazy outside of him in fourth. Drive-through will line up fifth in the 77. Then it is Pantalica outside of him in the 46, starting sixth. Roger Ray in the 84 will start seventh, with Hunter B outside of him in the 47, starting eighth. Ryan Karp will start ninth. David Alvarez will start 10th, and Jordan McGraw will start 11th. Wow, I thought I would have less time than that.
Well, it has to wait for both of us and the server, so we do have that full minute to worry about that. But how about Nathan Chiani making his fourth start tonight, and he's starting second. He showed some speed last week before his engine grenaded on him. Today, he's right up at the front again.
Yeah, it's good to see that 26 out on the outside pole, getting stronger as the season goes on. Might be a threat here at the end. We don't know. Because while Tommy was killing everybody in practice hot laps, his pole time was not much faster. So
we'll have to wait and see. Field rolls now. They go through the kink on the back straightaway and head for turn 3 and 4. We don't have much time. Pit roads on the back stretch. Canada does everything bass-ackwards off turn 4, and the green flag is in the air. We are underway from Barry. That's what this track's called. Here they come through turn 2.
2 by 2, Tommy Bordeaux gets a great start. Chiani looking to clear Austin Delgado through the kink in. He's not going to do it. Going to leave that spot, and Austin's going to look underneath of him. Doesn't quite get it. Chiani will take second for lap 1.
Chiani gets by him on the outside. Meanwhile, further back, drive-through and Easter Day side-by-side. Drive-through almost able to clear. His internet's been kind of funky so far. He's been jittering around for most of practice, and it looks like it'll continue. Roger gets by Ben Easterday, as will Pantalica. Remember, Ben is the presumptive second guy in points. He's got a long way to go to pass what is now second and third of Davey Hazard and Tyler Mallon. The problem is that he's falling backwards, crashing. It's Easterday!
Easterday got punted by Ryan Karp.
And the caution is out.
100%. That misjudged braking zone.
Gotta wonder if maybe Easterday got on the brakes a bit too much. Karp wasn't expecting it, and you're right. He just got him around. On board with the back bumper of that 53 machine, Benjamin Easterday, last year's champion.
Won one race, too. I'm doing it. Looks like just, I think Karp knew he did him wrong, too. He was immediately pulled over. Let everybody by.
Yeah, so Easterday won 2 weeks ago at Berlin, and trying to redeem himself here, not looking well so far. Still a long way to go. We're 5 laps in. Tommy Bordeaux has led every single lap. He basically got shot out of a cannon on the opening start. Nobody was anywhere close to him. So
and he's the control car this time for the restart as well, so he's going to get another great start, likely.
Yep, just a reminder, choose cone, that exists.
How the choose cone works is drivers will choose if they want the outside or inside lane at the start-finish line, and they will be locked there no matter what. And I think...
Nope.
I mean, just... Nope, never mind.
Next time.
Unless everybody's going to the outside, we're going to...
Nope.
Well,
they've got people on pit road. They've got Karp and Alvarez on pit road. They're about to get lapped here. Alvarez will not. Karp will. I'm assuming they're going to give his lap back. Easterday gets out just in time. So they've got to fly around. So cautions are going to be an eternity here. As long as people stay out. So
I would assume we're going to choose this time by.
Well, Karp has to go around and get his lap back here.
Oh, my
I think,
God.
Unless they're going to keep him a lap down. Nope, here comes Karp. They might still get one to green, because here he comes on the inside. He should have enough time to get back around to the back of the field. Everybody remains single file, so we'll do another lap. Under green, these guys go about 14 seconds a lap. Under caution, they can go anywhere from 27 to 30 seconds a lap, so...
Let's hope that this is one of a sparse field of cautions for the evening.
Yeah,
100
well,
laps.
you never know. Here they come to the line.
All right, she's going this
Gianni
time.
to the outside. Drive-through takes the bottom. Roger Ray goes to the bottom. Almost killed Pan. He'll take the outside and be behind Kiani on the restart.
And that outside lane has been dangerous this entire season. No speed up that way. Hard to pass. We'll see if it can happen. Round 3 and 4, Tommy Bordeaux is going to lead them to the restart.
Green flag back in the air. Back underway from Barry, and Tommy gets off to another good start. Here comes drive-through. He slides up a little bit, almost loses a spot to Pantalica. Austin Delgado takes second.
Austin on that bottom line gets the best of Kiani there. Looks like these two are actually going to be heating up back and forth so far for that second spot.
And here comes drive-through for third.
Ooh, Roger looked underneath. He might have almost went 3 wide there.
Yeah, drive-through was a little all over the place there in turns 1 and 2. Kind of overdrove it. And now here he comes underneath the 26. They make contact into the wall. They both hit the wall and drive-throughs around into the wall. The Canadians crash each other out. We stay green.
That is countryman on countryman violence there.
And Roger Ray slides into third. He got the win last week at iCar, looking to capitalize. Here again, Easterday gets by all of them. And now here comes the 15 of Jordan McGraw. He's up inside the top 5. He's in 4th.
Where did Jordan McGraw come from? He was talking about in practice that he was having a terrible time here.
And he started in the back. He started 11th.
I guess he found the groove here. But yeah, Ben Easterday capitalized on that last jostle there. Yeah. Gained a couple spots.
He's now getting by Pantalica.
Still stuck on the outside there.
Yep.
Everybody looks like they're going to straighten him up. And I'll tell you what, Austin Delgado is keeping the pace with Tommy Bordeaux.
He's only about 2/10 off as McGraw goes way up the hill. Here comes Easterday. He will take 4th. So Easterday has been able to stop the bleeding after bringing out the first caution. He's inside the top 5, and he's trying to gain back some points on Tommy. The problem is that Tommy is long gone. 4 seconds back was Easterday.
And Tommy keeps extending that gap a little bit each time over Austin. I don't know if Austin's playing the long game here because it's not a huge gap, and it seems like it's not growing exponentially every lap.
Yeah.
But tires are going to be a factor here, especially as we come up on a halfway point. I assume we're going to have to pit for tires again at least once in this race if it goes green.
You never know.
We truly never do. I mean, that's really the moral of NACOS here, is that we have no idea what's going to happen. Because every time we think we know what's going to happen, something doesn't happen. And Austin gains another 10th on Tommy that lap after losing the 10th, so I think he might be playing the long game here.
Here's Kiani underneath Jordan McGraw.
And Jordan with a great start, great restart, got up there into the top 5. So he's starting to struggle again. If Pan's going to make it most of an opportunity and take that spot away as well.
Well, I think he was able to slide up through there because of the chaos.
Got backwards in turn 2. Delgado
have a second place in the wall. He just went around.
And a lap down as well. Oh, what a heartbreaker for that 39 team.
So the 39 goes from 2nd to 11th, 1 lap down. That puts Roger Ray in 2nd place.
It's really going to put him roughly right where he was on track anyway, which is strange.
But instead of fighting for the lead, he's fighting for a free pass spot right now.
And a tough break for Delgado in that 39. See if he can recover here. Still a lot of laps to go. Still
Delgado, he has had a bridesmaid season. Crash, Jordan McGraw, turn 4. In the racing line, that should be a caution. Here comes the leader. No, we stay green? Are you kidding me?
I believe Jordan was able to get out of the way.
He was in the racing line for some of the back. Okay. All right. All right.
The sad thing is here is I think Delgado is still catching Tommy despite being a lap down.
And despite bending the car. Oh, my gosh. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Oh, Delgado, it's been a rough year. I mean, he was fighting for the win at Montreal. Forgot to brake going into the final chicane on coming to the white flag. Blew both front tires because he locked it up. We had a car spin. Jordan McGraw again. Off turn 4 this time. He's on pit road. So it's been a season of misery for the 39, really. From start to finish.
Won a race winner last year, I believe, yes?
Yes, he won CTMP last year. That was his only start last year. He's made every start this year, though.
Showing a couple flashes of brilliance this year, but whether it be mechanical failures, driver error, or whatever, he just hasn't gotten a break go his way yet, and it seems like this seems to be the story of the year as we continue on this season.
Yeah. So Tommy Bordeaux, Jordan McGraw's parked it. He is done for the night. Tommy Bordeaux with a 5-second lead over Roger Ray in second. Easterday is in third. But he's got to get much closer than that if he wants to. Never mind, Easterday to second. Easterday to second, but he's still got to try and get to the lead if he wants to have a shot. Hunter B has parked it.
So we're down to 9 cars in the race right now. 3 cars a lap down, Carp, Alvarez, and Delgado.
And I'm just looking to try and find what happened with Hunter. Did he? Okay, there he is. Blinking a lot. Oh, I think his internet took a dive. Yeah.
Oh.
His internet bit him, and he just decided to park it.
And, well, the rest of the field continues to go down a lap here. Drive through next in the sights of Tommy Bordeaux. Another lap or two, I would say.
6.5 seconds right now is the gap.
And getting bigger.
Yeah. Ryan Karp on pit road. He's already 4 laps down.
Wonder if he's going to call it as well. Nope,
actually, I believe he just came onto pit road and was serving a pit road speed penalty. Because he just drove through pit road and that's it. And now he's rolling again. So yeah, I think he just got a black flag of some sort. Here's the battle for third. Nathan Chiani, Roger Ray. Oh, Roger gets turned! Chiani punts him into the wall! He gets it going, but he's going to lose 2 spots. One to Chiani and one to Pantalica. Now here comes Pantalica for third on Chiani.
Pantalica hungry for that win a couple of times. Had the car out from underneath of him. And looking to make a display. Kenny takes the spot. Can he clear him now? Now it's going to be...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
turn one to the crossover. Chiani too far back. Pantalica to third.
Chiani underneath. This is the move that ended Roger Ray's run so far for this stint.
Pan drove up the racetrack, hits the wall. Chiani gets it back.
Pantalica trying to be a sportsman, giving him too much room there. Ran out of track, hit the wall. Can he come back? Can he recover?
5 cars on the lead lap. Roger Ray's the first car, or the last car on the lead lap. Drive-through just got put a lap down. He's in 6th right now.
And bad news bears for these guys from third on back. Tommy is going into turn 3 as they are coming out of turn 4.
I mean, it's bad news for everybody not named Tommy Bordeaux. Because, I mean, Ben is only 2 seconds ahead of Chiani, who's in third right now.
Does NACOS have a mercy rule? Like, if he laps the entire field, is that it? Like, do we just...
I mean, we talked about this last week with Roger, so I don't think so.
I guess we're going to find out. I guess there's only one way to find out, I guess.
Yeah.
As Tommy's actually stuck behind a couple of a little bit of lap traffic battling right now.
And look at this, 3 wide back here with the leader, splitting lap traffic.
I think, I don't know why Carp is racing Alvarez. He's 5 laps behind him, but I don't know. Not my race to run.
Especially when Alvarez has just pretty much been wall riding the last couple laps, trying to stay out of the way in long laps.
And one of the things I love about NACOS is that these guys that might not be competitive now still come out and show up, still put in the work, get the experience, and over time they'll just get better. So.
Roger Ray, last week's winner, he's about to get lapped.
One of the drivers I'm really excited to see the development of is Pantalica, who really impressed me this year in his rookie season. I mean, Tommy impressed us already, but he's already had a ton of racing experience. But Pantalica comes in pretty much an unknown in the racing side of things, and interested to see how he develops.
4 cars on the lead lap. Roger goes 1 lap down. And the battle for third heating up again between Pan and Chiani. Chiani washes up the racetrack. Pan sends it in on the bottom.
Pan looks like he's reloaded the 46, ready to make another run at Chiani here. Ooh, Chiani, drove it in deep for turn 1. Into the kink. Can Pantalica give a little bit of bumper to Chiani here?
Maybe.
I'll tell you what, though, they're going to want to sort each other themselves out really quick because Tommy is closing fast.
Yep. Ben has actually been able to maintain the gap between himself and Tommy. Everybody else, not so much. Keep in mind, Ben is on some newer tires. He did pit under that first caution.
10 laps fresher in that 53.
10 laps maybe. At the most,
Ish.
10 laps.
7 to 10, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Depends on when he got them in the pit cycle. I don't know. There was a lot of caution laps for that first one.
Yeah.
Whew. My co-broadcaster here, feeling
Yeah.
got a case of Tuesdays up in the booth here.
If there's anybody that owns a Dunkin' Donuts or a Starbucks or something that's watching this, and feel free to sponsor us, give us coffee or something to wake the hell up.
Anybody knows any energy drink companies looking for new talent?
Yeah.
My coworker could certainly use a little pick me up right about now.
Oh my goodness.
And Pan, he's been looking underneath of Kiani here for say, there's Tommy.
Yeah, he's there. I was trying to get it out, but I was yawning in the process. Here comes Tommy.
Oh boy.
And halfway is lap 90. We're already a quarter of the way there, which is lap 45. We're 10 laps past that.
I didn't realize we've knocked off 56 laps already. They weren't kidding when they said a third of a mile would go quick. Now both of them going to go high, going to continue their battle as soon as they let the gentleman's agreement to not race each other unless Pan is going to be that guy.
Congratulations. Tommy Bordeaux is one of 2 men still on the lead lap.
And Easter Day is slowly losing time.
Yeah, Easter Day's lost ground again. He had to get through some more traffic between Karp and Alvarez, but he was able to get by. Battle for third still going on between Kiani and Pantalica, and we'll stay with it unless, like, the world catches on fire or something. Because this is the only entertaining battle going on the racetrack.
Yeah, for position as well, I might add.
Actually, there is a battle for position behind them. Roger and Drive-Thru. This is for 5th. I'm sorry, 4th. No, 5th.
No, that's 5th.
5th. I can read.
Math was never the song shoot of ORN. We should have that disclaimer.
Well, I mean, this isn't even math. Oh, and Austin's in there as well. So this is a 3-car battle for position. 5th, 6th, 7th.
What a recovery drive by Austin so far. I know he's still a lap down, but that was an impressive turn.
Austin almost killed Drive-Thru there. That was close. And look at the time he lost.
Appears that our crowd watching the race tonight are cheering for the ratings phenom, Tommy Bordeaux. Out here making it look easy. As Pan looks underneath of Kiani into the kink.
Here he goes.
Kiani's going to have to give him a little bit of room here, but how much room is he going to give? Woo! Almost a bit of contact coming out of there. Pan has to drive way.
Kiani with the run on the high side. He gets put into the wall by Pan.
I'm not sure if Pan thought that Kiani had pinched him a little bit too much there, and he was just giving him a little bit of a shove, but either way, Pantalica is now in 3rd place.
And here's the battle for 6th. Delgado underneath Drive-Thru. Off turn 4. Drive-Thru. Oh, jeez. Internet. That's his internet, by the way. That's the power of internet powered by snow. Here's the battle for 3rd again. Still beating and banging down the front straightaway.
And it looks like Drive-Thru is just killing Austin's momentum out of turn 3 and into 4 because he looks like he's cutting the track, like diamonding off the corner. It's really quite impressive because Austin gets there and then he just cuts the nose. See, look.
On the outside now. Try to get to the bottom. The problem is he's now on the outside of Roger for that 5th spot. Trying to get another top 5 on the season. He finished 5th last week. He has 3 top 5s on the year, trying to make it a 4th. And here comes Easter Day as well.
Oh,
this
hello,
is the
everybody.
2nd place car stuck behind lap traffic while the leader is closing in on him.
And everybody here except for Ben is racing for position, so it's going to be hard pressed for Ben to make his case to let him by.
And Delgado has nowhere to go. I know he wants to try and get out of the way, but this track's only 2 lanes wide. Drive-Thru makes contact with Ben. Hangs onto it. Drive-Thru still sideways. Delgado passes both Roger and Drive-Thru and takes the 5th spot.
And Delgado out of turn 4, your new 5th place car.
And now we can get out of the way.
But it's a dangerous, and as you see, here's Drive-Thru trying to make the most of an opportunity, but Austin slides on back by. At least Ben can take solace in the fact that Tommy has to go through these 3 in order to get to him, so.
And Kiani got back by Pan and is pulled away once again.
Pan might be losing grip on those tires in the 46.
Maybe.
We are 71 laps into this stint, coming up on halfway. So I would assume tire stops are going to be at least be thought about right now.
Yeah. That's what you would think.
I'm still waiting for somebody to catch this outside fence where there's a hole in the wall.
Well, if they don't do it here, they'll do it next week at Slinger, or 2 weeks from now at Slinger, because we saw it happen at Slinger last year.
Yeah,
Easter Day was the one that did it.
I was fully expecting somebody to push somebody into that opening right there and just end their race, but congratulations to these guys, keeping it clean for the most part.
Well, we've got more than half this race to go. But at this point, Tommy Bordeaux is looking to lock up a championship here. We still got 2 races left. It won't be impossible for Tommy to lose this championship, but at this point, it's starting to get improbable that anybody's going to be able to get there. Davey's not here. He was the closest. He was 61 points back. Tyler Malum was in 3rd. He's not here. Ben's the next car in line. He's in 2nd right now, but he can't gain any points on Tommy if Tommy is so far out ahead. Whoa, Roger Ray to the moon.
I believe Roger has exited the building.
Literally.
He has
into
had
the
enough.
Forest.
And it is over for the
Roger Ray gone home.
It is over for him. My God.
What an
I guess
exit.
we're going to go out in style, and that is certainly one way to do it. Indeed, it is the beginning of the NACOS space program. My God. Local airport's going to be reporting an anomaly on their radar systems. Woo!
No,
he got some serious there. Word from the mechanized chaos camp is that he's upset that he's losing all of these retired spots.
Well, I mean, he would have had a top 10 if when Jordan retired, then Hunter retired, now Roger retired. Who's next?
I'm watching this. I'm watching Easter Day here, and I think Delgado's faster than him, despite being a lap behind him.
Well, I've got bad news. Tommy's coming.
Oh yeah, I can see it. I see him there.
They're on the same straightaway. He's getting closer and closer and closer.
This is certainly going to be a first in NACOS if he can pull this off.
Now, we almost saw it last week at iCar, but Roger wasn't able to lap everybody. It was, I think, all but the top 3 that were a lap down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's. I don't think it's ever happened in NACOS before.
Yeah, the top 3 were able to maintain themselves on the lead lap. It was Roger, Ben, and Austin. Drive-throughs around off turn 2.
Out of the groove. Okay, just dropped it.
Yep. We stay green.
Now, the worst part about lapping the entire field is that even if there's a caution afterwards, only Ben is going to get a lap back and be on the lead lap, even if we gave a lucky dog spot to 3rd place.
Well, drive-throughs around again.
Oh my God.
Alvarez is on pit road. Drive-through, same spot. Actually, he wrecked it off turn 2 and then spun down the backstretch.
Ugh.
What?
I think we're starting to lose grip in these cars here, and Alvarez, I think, is gone.
He's on pit road.
He's blinking.
But, the only way that more than Ben can get on the lead lap if a caution comes out is if they all decide to stay out and get the wave around.
But 88 laps on old tires is probably not going to make that happen.
Well, they can cause another caution and get more cars back on the lead lap that way. I don't know.
Flag to flag. Just, well, one caution so far. Usually cautions breed cautions, but we've been free and clear so far, heading to the halfway point in a couple laps.
Next week, we're at DuQuoin for the TNT Dirt Nationals.
Woo! That'll be fun.
hopefully. I mean, last year we had 5 people show up to do coins, so it was rather garbage. Trouble Delgado. Right in front of the leader, and we stay green again.
I think that might be the NACOS mercy rule. It's just run it. One car spins, I don't care where, just go. He's so far ahead, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Easterday still 12 seconds back, but Tommy's coming. And this is a battle for position. This is a top 5 spot right now. Never mind, I'm wrong. Here comes drive-through, here comes Delgado. They're pitting. Delgado 2 laps down, drive-through 3 laps down.
And soon to be more.
If we're adding NACOS stages, we're moving NACOS to iRacing. That's my trade-off.
I think we just moved NACOS to iRacing to begin with, but
because stages are impossible to do in NR. They're a little more likely to do in iRacing. It's at least easier to do in iRacing.
That's at least a built-in mechanic you can screw up.
Yeah, like I refuse to do stage racing in NR. It's not happening.
It's not pretty, for sure.
iRacing, we might be able to make it work. Here, no. So
we can do heat racing in iRacing.
We can do heat racing as well, yes.
That would be fun. NACOS with heats?
Yes. We move NACOS to iRacing. We move Core to iRacing. At this point, ban everything that's not iRacing. Everything else sucks.
It's just like once you get that taste of the better
once you realize how awful everything is that we use right now compared to iRacing, iRacing is so much easier to use. The ticker stuff is so much easier once you learn it. The racing is better. Not everything is broken. The tracks are realistic.
I'll give Tommy 3 laps before he laps Ben. I'm giving him 3 laps.
Carp gets out of the way.
I don't even give him 3. Give him till next lap. He'll be there next lap.
We're 10 laps past halfway this time by. I mean, do we need to start looking up facts about the city that we're in?
Well, I know that the city of Barrie has an OHL team because when I picked up my copy of NHL 14 when it first released, my Create-A Pro played for the Barrie Colts. So I know there is an OHL team somewhere in Barrie. And probably a simulated Barrie Colts game would be a little bit more interesting than the race we've had so far.
Yeah, because you could at least have people beat each other up at that point.
Usually when the energy lulls, that's when people start fighting each other, so like, you know.
Kiani's on pit road. At least in that case, you could have 2 goalies be fighting each other. It's center ice. Here, the closest you get is Roger Ray climbing the wall and evicting himself from the racetrack.
Volunteering to be the next SpaceX capsule.
Yeah, really.
Pantalican now starting to shake a little bit as well. He's up in front of Ben here.
I can't imagine how hard Easterday's trying to stay back on the lead lap as Pan's coming to pit road.
Ben has got to be quite moist right now, covered in sweat with how much driving he's got to do to keep Tommy behind him. I'm watching, and I'm just trying to picture being Ben right now and seeing the leader and being the last car on the lead lap in second place of all places and being like, oh, God, I got to not let him pass me. And neither of you guys have pitted yet either, so.
Yeah. Well, Ben has, but...
Oh, well, yeah, but that was early.
Yeah. But even then, Tommy will probably be faster on the new tires anyway, so what's the point?
It's true. It's very true. This is just, getting weird.
Yeah, this is another track that's on the schedule that I'm just going to look at and shrug when we go back and talk about a schedule for Season 3.
Yeah, I'm going to lobby actively against this track.
Also, might I add, there are a lot of short tracks on iRacing. Thompson is on there. I mean, nobody really liked it, but Milwaukee's on there. Road America's on there. CTMP's on there. Really, we can get away with doing iRacing and still be able to change tracks if we find a track is garbage. Like we have here with NR. I like NR because it opens up the playing field a little bit more for people that can show up. but there's an entertainment value that we've been missing the last couple of weeks, and I think it's because the field sizes have dipped a little bit, the track quality has dipped a little bit, and nobody's really putting their heart and soul into this thing anymore 17 years later to try and keep this thing afloat. iRacing still has an active community. They're still adding tracks and cars and everything else. I am fully on board with the NACOS, with the iRacos 2021 order. You've heard it here first.
I also, for fun, would like to pitch the idea of perhaps using the classic NASCARs, the old the Thunderbird. I think it's the Thunderbird. And the old Monte Carlo.
Oh, the 87 car.
Yeah, the 80s cars. That would be fun. I would be hard pressed to not at least run a handful of races in iRacing NACOS.
Do you know how difficult those 87 cars are to drive?
Yes.
Okay.
Why?
Because I think that's going to take our field size and cut it in half if we do that.
Yeah, I mean, the novelty has certainly worn off after they've been released at this point.
Yeah. I was thinking like the late models, since we don't, unfortunately the Pinty's cars aren't in iRacing, which is a shame. But there are other things that we could do to get around that. I mean, the ARCA cars are cool, so maybe.
They have the K&N Gen 4s.
Well, that's what it is.
Oh, okay.
It's the K&N ARCA things. It's just Gen 4s with the equivalent of GNS physics. It's one of those. I mean, I'd be on board with iRacos taking over NACOS. Ryan Karp's on pit road again.
I think the audience is looking more for iRacing now anyway. I don't know. We'll discuss that next season for sure.
Yeah, street stocks are cool. Yeah.
Street stocks would be interesting.
The late models are on there. The super late models are on there. I think that'd be the direction we go again, kind of like what we used in season 1. But,
open wheel modifieds are on there. There's so much options.
I mean, we could
dirt track selection is better. Like,
and they actually drive like dirt tracks.
Like I said, I will be hard pressed to not compete in at least a handful of races in iRacos if that were to happen. Yeah. If there's modifieds, I'm running every race. Like that's, I don't. Open wheel cars are so fun to drive.
We could have
they're so grippy.
We could have a week that's not points, but we do like 3 races, 3 different racetracks, 3 different cars, and it's like the radicals at like Texas or Charlotte or something, because those are so fun.
I watched the equivalent of iRacing Roller Derby last night, where they had a multi-class race of, I think Ben's just giving it up.
There it goes. Everybody's a lap down. Everybody's a lap down. You get a lap down. You get a lap down. You get a lap down. Everybody goes a lap down.
Is there a mercy rule? Like, seriously, can we, like, we've done 3/4 of the race almost at this point. Can we call it? Like, I don't know.
Where's the Wii Sports announcer to say, that's the game? And so we can all go home.
That's the game. It's Tommy's race to lose at this point. And barring a mechanical failure, this is his win.
That or the meteor coming down on his house.
First man to lap everybody in a field too. I'm almost certain about that.
This is a new one. Even Cosman couldn't do it. Cosman tried it at Autodrome Chaudière last year. Didn't do it. Drive-thru was the only guy on the lead lap, other than the leader.
Yeah, I think. Let's well, I guess we can continue to speculate about next season while this continues to happen.
Seriously.
But yeah, I'm excited. There is pictures of them scanning big block dirt modifieds, which is what I grew up watching at the local dirt track by me. So I will be excited to get in one of those, even if it's not for NACO, just in general.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what we would use for, or what we could use for the car for next. There's so many options. And while it's relatively expensive, I think you'd get a bigger field size just because you're using iRacing too.
Yeah. And if we go to some of the tracks that are more popular, like, in Atlanta, just some of the bigger tracks that people actually know and have driven before, they'll probably already have them.
Charlotte.
Well, I mean, Charlotte's free, so of course you're going to run Charlotte. But the problem is that's not in the north, which I think if we move to iRacing, you take that rule and you shred it.
Just want to quickly
Fiasco?
say a quick thank you for Fiasco for bringing a party of 5 over to this. You have come at an interesting time.
Fiasco, we've been talking about possibly petitioning to move NACOS to iRacing, and I think you might be on board with that since you have iRacing and you're pretty good at it. So if you could get in the ears of the NACOS owners and like bait them, persuade them, bribe them into moving it to iRacing, whatever you feel best. It's super late model. See.
Super lates would be fun.
This is what I'm talking about. Cody, Davin, move it to iRacing. I beg of you.
I'm gonna form a drivers union and we're gonna petition against it.
Oh my gosh. I mean, think about it. We could bring in Cozy might actually show up. We could probably bring in Moonhead, probably to race, although he may decide to join us in the broadcast booth. I don't know.
I will take the driver's seat.
Rusty might decide to drive. You'll probably be in and out of the booth, if I could imagine at least. I've worked with Carter Friesen before. He may decide to drive or join me up in the booth. I don't know. I think it's worth it.
I'm gonna form the NACOS DA, the NACOS Drivers Association.
And I know Davey has iRacing. I would assume Tommy does.
I think iRacing is most people's preferred platform for racing.
That's
just a matter of Is Tommy pitted at all, or is he just gonna coast around?
No, Tommy stayed out for all 100,000 laps that we've been running here.
He's just gonna. I think he's gonna try to finish this race with everybody a lap down.
I mean, even if he pits.
What's made just so the switch discussion started in the booth, considering Tommy has literally lapped the whole field.
And I mean, we may see this stuff in iRacing too, but at least there's going to be a little more of an excitement factor.
I think the quality of the iRacing platform is better suited for what NACOS wants to be.
iRacing gives us more of an opportunity to have less stupid things happen during a race, so we don't have 20 caution laps. It's not like I don't like the way NACOS does the cautions. I think if we do them in iRacing, it'd be better. We get green-white checkers.
Ooh.
We don't need to worry about scrambling everybody with 3 laps to go if there's a wreck, like we had to do with Delaware with a 1-lap shootout or some crap. We can just do overtime. Drive through spinning it in front of the leader in turn 4. We stay green. Okay, so just let me take you through some of the tracks that are or were free. I guess some of them aren't free anymore, but we've got USA. Thompson is free, so we don't need to worry. Thompson can be on the iRacing schedule. I know we really didn't enjoy it in NR, but that doesn't mean we can't at least test it out for iRacing. Let me keep going. We have South Boston. That one's okay. Maybe work on the setup a little bit. But South Boston's pretty fun.
Iowa?
Oxford Plains is a circle. If we go there, I'm not calling that race.
Iowa.
We have Iowa. We have North Wilkesboro. And you're right, we have Iowa, so we can go back to Iowa.
Iowa would be such a fun track to go to.
I'm not sure where Concord Speedway is at.
Somewhere in Concord.
Is that even a real track? Is that fake?
It's in hit.
Let me know. It's in Concord, North Carolina, and it looks like this racetrack. So perfect. We found our triangle.
It's not really a triangle.
More of an oval with a king. Heck, we could even go to the Legends Oval at Charlotte. Instead of doing the big 1.5-mile track, we could use the
double header. Do a double header on the big track and one on the small track.
We could use that. We could use Phoenix.
Use Old Phoenix, where they have the start-finish line in the right spot.
Well, they have the start-finish line in the right spot in New Phoenix, too. It's just there's no grass anywhere. Lenier, you're right.
What is some other one? There's a lot of great dirt tracks. Knoxville's on there. Williams Grove is on there.
We could go to Lime Rock.
Speedway is on there. Lime Rock. You have like every Formula One track is on there.
Hold on. We could go to Laguna Seca. Come on.
How cool would NACOS at Circuit of the Americas be? Also.
Oh, I like that. I forgot COTA existed. We could bring Road America back if we really wanted to. We could go to Richmond and let Cozy lead all the laps. I think that's what's gonna happen at most short tracks anyway. But
probably. That man is too smooth for anything.
Seriously, like no matter where we go, he's going to have a shot to win. And even looking at the tracks that I don't own that are on here, we could go back to Montreal, and it won't be broken.
You can go to Spa. Spa's on there.
We could go to Knoxville. The Iowa one. The one that we were talking about replacing one of the crappy dirt tracks we were at. We could go, there.
All of the iconic dirt sprint car tracks are out there. So
we could go to IRP. That's on here. We talked about bringing that onto the schedule next year. I mean, Myrtle Beach, even though that's getting destroyed, New Smyrna, we could go there. There are so many tracks that we could bring onto the schedule if we move to iRacing that are going to be so much more fun and I think put on a better show than these cars. I truly, truly do.
Plus, iRacing now has the chrome and matte ability for their painting, so like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, paint schemes will just be visually better. Seriously? The bull ring, yeah, Fiasco knows.
Yeah, you're right, the bull ring. Milwaukee is on here. If people want to waste $15, they can get Milwaukee. No, I'm kidding. But
that one's for Rolo, who's not in chat right now.
Yeah. We could go to Monza. We could go to Monza and do the oval. Monza? We could do the oval at Monza.
Oh my god. Oh my god. We should do that.
Why are we not doing this? I don't think Caleb's here either. But in the discussion of bringing Core to iRacing, you've got Monza. What are you doing? Just announce it. Please. Make the switch. I mean...
The Monza Oval would be insane.
I mean, we're all going to have to spend money for at least one of these racetracks, I'm thinking. But even then, I think it's going to be worth it in the end because if they're good tracks, we keep them. So...
Yeah. And then you can go ask your friends who have businesses if they'll spot you $50 and you can buy all the crap and then put their name on the car. Like, yeah, that's what I've done. Be like, hey, I need this track. Do you want to spot me $10? I'll put your name on my car. And they're like, yeah, sure.
And like, we can bring in some of the talented people that run Moonheads leagues and keep all the bad ones out. So we'll bring in like 4 people, but that's all right. I mean,
I can drive again because I'll have a feel for the car. That's my big thing with NR is like there's just no feel. Like from like 45 degrees in both directions on the wheel, there's just no grit, no feel.
If I wasn't so bad at short tracks, I'd consider doing it as well. But I mean, it's just the amount of stuff that we're able to do on iRacing goes above and beyond the amount of stuff that we are able to do in NR. It's just that simple.
And back to the racing, not a thing has changed.
Yeah, we're coming up to 10 laps to go.
Delgado's up to 3rd. Delgado climbed back up to 3rd.
Yeah, he passed Kiani. Pantalic is 5th, Drive-Thru 6th. David 7th, Ryan Karp 8th. Everybody else is out. That includes Roger, Hunter B, Jordan McGraw.
Roger's on the moon right now, so.
Yeah.
My man said, I'll see y'all later. you know, man, like, we're coming up on 10 to go.
We could use the old COTs.
I would
We've
rather
got a wreck. We've got a wreck. Drive through turn 4.
Out of the way.
Up out of the way. We're still green. 10 laps to go.
That's gonna cost him 6th place there.
Yeah. We could use the old trucks.
I mean, yeah, you can use the modern trucks.
Yeah.
I wish there was more Dodge in iRacing. That's going to be my only complaint.
That's true.
But with a master painter like Drive-Thru, who I would certainly hire to paint my car,
Yeah, seriously.
he can make me a Dodge.
Him and we could bring in Noah Sweet. He has talent, both painting-wise and driving ability. I think he'd be in.
I think the next logical step for NACOS
attendance is going to go up, both viewership-wise and driver-wise. You could bring in some solid names. David Schildhouse, Michael Cozy Jr., Travis Brown. You could even bring Sloppy in for crying out loud. Just something.
Oh God, yeah, so he can like turn right at the start of the race. Like,
hey.
I kid. I'm in jest. He's
Smart,
probably not even watching.
I would say if we're smart, we schedule on the same night as NASCAR Pro League, but then that takes away Rusty, so I don't want to do that to him. Come on.
I think who watches NASCAR Heat Pro League? Like, come on.
Well, that's true. Oh, Drive-Thru just got put in the wall by David. 3 wide with the leader. All right, our interviews are going to be 30 seconds or less. I'm putting you on the clock tonight, Trace. 30 seconds. That's what we get.
For what?
For interviews.
Oh,
Each driver gets 30 seconds, and then we move on. I want out of here.
You'll have to just tell me time whenever we're done, and I'll just kick people out.
I will. As soon as I drag the person in, 30 second clock starts.
All right, this is going to be fun. This will be a challenge for me. I've never tried to do a timed interview before.
Neither have I.
It'll be an interesting challenge. I'm going to start with Tommy. I'm going to get him out of the way first.
Coming to 2 laps to go. And we won't be able to interview Austin, but we'll be able to interview Kiani. So we'll talk to Kiani as long as he stays in the top 3, 4, wherever he's at. As long as he's the next car in the order.
We can also bring in Drive-Thru and grill him on what we want.
And say, all right, the crowd is in for it. White flag, 1 lap of misery to go, and then we've got 2 races left. I think Slinger should provide a good show.
Slinger will be a good close to the season.
I hope.
The point can be good depending on who shows up.
It's a shame that I won't be here for it. And then, Tommy's trying to blow a tire, so he has 3 wheels. Tommy Bordeaux wins the worst race in NACOS history. Barry, there's a reason this place doesn't exist anymore, and this is now a field, okay?
The reason it's a parking lot. So
there is a reason that this place no longer exists. It's a parking lot off turn 2. Carp just got murdered. Austin's off in the woods. And Tommy's just still doing laps. Once he starts his burnout, I'll pull him in. They're still wrecking. Easter Day's going to finish 2nd.
Austin's out of the park.
Yeah, he's gone home. And Tommy is just... He still hasn't gotten the shrimp yet.
There's a weird thing with that I'll tweet about when the saga has ended, because it has been something.
All right, timer. 30 seconds. 3, 2, Tommy's in. Go ahead, Trace. 30 seconds.
Tommy, you lapped the whole field. How do you feel, man?
I feel great. I'm really relieved, though, actually, a little bit. You guys couldn't tell, but at the end there, my right front tire was on red, and it was really close to blowing.
You would have just Lewis Hamilton everybody and won the race anyway. Win the race on sponsor night. That's got to feel great. Anybody you want to shout out? Anybody you want to say hi to? We're on a time crunch here.
Okay, time crunch. TommyBordeaux.com, best website in the world. TWB coming this fall. Oh my God, I actually won on a sponsor race. Fantastic. Thank you guys. Thank you, NACOS. Yay.
Yeah, awesome. Tommy Bordeaux, we'll see you when hopefully next week you'll have the shrimp.
See you later.
See ya.
That was perfect timing. My clock hit 0. He stopped talking. All right, next, 2nd place, Benjamin Easterday. 3, 2, he's in. Go.
Ben, how are you, man? How's it feel to ride around a lap down in 2nd place? Still got 2nd place points, though? How does it feel?
I'm so sweaty after that race.
You called it, Trace.
Long. It was just long and painful.
Hey,
but,
I did call that your defense would make you quite moist. Yeah. Was I correct?
That is correct. That is correct.
Well, we've been talking like the last 3 quarters of the race, and we're petitioning that we want to move this to iRacing like yesterday. So, I mean, and we've got people...
Also founded the NACOS Drivers Association on stream. So
we've got people on board. Fiasco rated us and said he was in. So, I mean...
Oh, yeah, I'm on
you're
board
a big
as
name.
well. It's just we need to figure out what car we need to run because we don't have any Pinty cars yet.
Yeah, I know.
iRacing, so...
Hopefully soon.
I think that'll be the only arm wrestle that we have over it. Other than that, we're fine. So.
Yep, I was suggesting Australian V8 Supercars.
Ooh, now there's a thought. Now that's something nobody was thought about. Oval
I'm on
racing
board.
with Supercars, that'd be rad. So, anybody want Ben? I gotta say, anybody want to thank? I certainly probably not your deodorant because I don't think it's done the anti-perspirant has done its job. So don't thank them. But anybody want to say hi to? Anybody want to shout out?
Yep, thank you for everyone that's watching. I know this was probably a long, boring race, but thank you for getting through it, and thank you all for broadcasting it, and keeping commentary and not falling asleep through that race.
No, watch back the broadcast. You'll hear a lot of yawns. Don't worry.
I will.
All right, there you go. Thank you for being here, and good luck in trying to get the championship. Yeah.
Yep, see you next week.
All right, I broke the 30-second rule. We'll bring in Kiani. Nope, that's Ryan Carp. We'll bring in.
Why don't we bring up drive-through?
All right, let's bring up drive-through and scold him. 3, 2, go.
Drive-through.
Why are you putting me in here? I was terrible today. What the heck?
We're here to talk to you about the future of NACOS. On stream, the NACOS Drivers Association was founded, and we're going to petition that this track never sees the light of day again.
Not only that, this game doesn't see the light of day ever again.
That too.
Yeah, we've been talking about that. We had a nice long discussion in the race.
Oh, we did too.
During the race, for like
I know. That's
well,
why.
oh wait, he watches the broadcast
like,
while we're yeah.
Yeah, so we're talking about doing short tracks. We're talking about I don't know, super lates, trucks. There's a lot of options. I'm not really too keen on modifieds or any sort of open wheel things.
There was a thought floated for V8 Supercars.
How did you know about that?
Because Ben told us 30 seconds ago.
Oh, okay, yeah, he was talking about that. We gotta test that though. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that'll
V8
work.
Supercars on a short track sounds kind of weird.
I'd open it up.
It's certainly gonna be wacky.
Throw in more road courses too.
Well, or we could swap to the V8s for the road courses and do the short tracks on like super lates or something.
Maybe.
That would be cool. Either way,
actually that's a great idea. What the hell? Write that one down.
Let me just let me write that down in the owner of NACOS notebook.
Thank you.
I did for real jot it down for you in case you forget.
Good. Yeah, no, that's why I asked you to.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well,
talk to you. Got 2 races left in your league. You are part owner of. Well, how do you feel about the quality of the seasons thus far? And,
the racing's been good. Honestly, the first half of this race was fantastic, and then I kind of spun. Things went down from there. The turnout's still decent. It's just starting to feel more like the second half of season 1. Things kind of died down. Yeah. And people didn't bother showing up, but that's fine. I don't blame them. Yeah, we might have to test some iRacing stuff. We're gonna have a long off season ahead of us, as per usual, because we're only running this thing yearly. Mm-hmm. So we'll have ample time to weigh our opportunities here.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jacob.
Oh, okay. Well, one thing we were talking about is we both feel that attendance is gonna go up if we move to iRacing. Well, we think sure. NR has a broad base or whatever, but I think we'll gain more quality with iRacing than quantity.
For sure. It's so much more precise when you're trying to place a race car on a racetrack versus all these friggin' wiggly boys.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back in the car.
We're gonna have to go on a manhunt to find a color commentator, but we can make it work.
I will gladly color commentate from the race car if you want me to.
Kyle Petty, yeah.
I can.
But I hate to be that guy, but it's gonna be a long way away. This season's gonna end.
Yeah.
I gotta focus on that one other league, and then we'll sort of see where we're at.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
we gotta get through core first.
We wanted to touch base with you.
I'm not gonna say the name, but
the state of NACOS, and yeah. But here you are.
Hey, thanks for broadcasting.
Yeah, no problem. Anybody else want to say hi to?
Everyone who showed up to the race. Hi. Thanks. Thanks for believing in this wacky little league. Everyone who showed up to the broadcast as well, this deep into the season. You're the real ones. Appreciate it.
And redemption is on the plate for next.
Oh yeah, we got unfinished business, buddy.
So we'll see you next week, and hopefully in Victory Lane.
There you go.
Drive through.
All right, final thoughts. Let's rush this thing home.
Well, I think if we're going to call golf a sport, we should call cheerleading a sport. And also, Barry, I'm happy, is a parking lot now.
I just no words can describe whatever we just watched here. That wraps up our coverage from Barry. I guess we'll be back next week at 2 coin. We're almost there. We like Drive-Thru said, we do have a long off season, but I think there's a lot of brewing going on right now on what we could do.
Yeah, we have plenty of time to figure it out.
To not be in this position after race and be like, well, that sucked.
So follow NACOS on Twitter.
ORN,
follow ORN on Twitter.
We'll be in with that too. We might also, show up to a couple of those testing things and maybe broadcast them. I don't know. We need to talk about graphics package as well.
The world is our oyster. So.
But, yeah. So that does it. For Trace Ryder, I'm Jacob Pitts. Thanks for being here. Tommy Bordeaux wins, I think, his 4th race on the air. I don't know. I've lost track at this point.
There's 4 on the point sheet, so.
Sure. We'll see you at 2 coin next week. Take care. See you then.